Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working. You've got dreams, you've got goals. You've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. To contact me via social media or to help me out via Patreon, I've got a link tree down below so you can look at my different ways to get contacted. So we're going to cover the book John Jacob Astor, America's First Multimillionaire by Axel Madsen. This book has a lot of facts. Check some of them so they're actually real facts. Yes, I have picked up books and gone, no, this is not right. But this book actually, it covers facts and it does a good job of presenting them to a point. This book is not written in a linear fashion, so you'll be reading along, you'll be thinking, wow, that happened fast, and then all of a sudden it goes back in time, or then you get told different things. Yet there is no linear progression in this book. There is some, but it gets confusing. It really does. It's a decent book. You can learn quite a bit about Astor, but dear Lord, I don't know what this guy was thinking when he was writing this book. And one minute you're reading about the 1830s, and the next minute you're reading about the 1820s or 1806, or yeah, it gets that way. But let me tell you, it can be okay to read if you don't know who John Jacob Astor is. Now look, if you don't know who John Jacob Astor is, this is the first power and rich person. There were a lot of rich, there were a lot of powerful. They weren't this rich and they weren't this powerful. Astor is one of the people who basically bankrolled the War of 1812. He controlled the fur industry in America. Now, mind you, he had to take it over, and there were competitors, but he really had the power. But at the same time, he wasn't always paying attention to everything the way that you think he was. He sent people to go take care of things. One of his only failures was Astoria in Washington. It was started out, and the people that he sent there, yeah, they just screwed up badly. But that teaches a lesson about who the man was. And this book covers all of that pretty decently. Not necessarily in an orderly fashion, but it covers it. And you learn quite a bit about the man in this book. Now, it also makes an impact on the modern day. The Astors shaped New York City and that area. John Jacob Astor bought a lot of what would become New York City. He bought up the land, and for probably well over a century, probably closer to two, probably even past that, he owned most of New York City. That is how they were able to keep their money. You had family members going all over the world. You have Astors who are part of nobility over in Europe. But they had that money. They were able to keep that money going because they had land in New York City. The fur industry just imploded, considering how badly they wiped out the animals in this nation. But land, oh, especially in New York City, that was their bread and butter. That was what kept non business savvy family members in the money. And you get to learn how he built all of that, basically. He tells you a little bit about it. Um when you can figure out where he's going with what he's talking about. But that's the most important part. Now look, some of y'all might enjoy this book. I don't know. But if you're just looking for getting some knowledge on Astor and the family that came after him, hey, it's a decent book to read. If you're looking for some linear way of dealing with everything, the beginning of the book starts out that way. And then when it gets in the middle is when it starts bouncing around. But you'll learn quite a bit about the man. So if you can't find any of the other biographies, this might be a good book for you. It'll give you the basics on the man. You'll find out about his family through the years. It's good that way. I just, it took me a while to read this book. I kept putting it down because I just was getting a headache reading it. But it's overall a semi decent book, especially on the topic. So, you know, but this has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. I hope you have a good day. Bye now. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.